everybody, and welcome to the Tora Jordan Show. I am your host, Tora Jordan, and this is my handsome chauffeur, Josh. And it's Friday, and you know what? We're going on a weekend adventure. Babe, where are we going? We're going to Branson. So, this is the first time that Josh and I both have been to Branson together. And being that it was my keto anniversary on Wednesday, April 19th, and Josh has a birthday coming up next week, we're going to go celebrate both in one. So, I'm going to take you along for the ride. Y'all won't get to see everything, but we'll show you the fun parts. So, let's go! So, I ought to tell you the whole fiasco that happened with our hotel. We actually booked this trip back in February, and I booked through Expedia.com. Wonderful service. I really enjoy using them. Not sponsored nor affiliated. And booked back in February. No problem. Everything's all set. And then the beginning of April, they sent us an email stating that the hotel we originally booked had closed. So they asked if we wanted a refund or to rebook, and I said rebook. And then they emailed me some options of possible rebooking places, and so I selected them and sent it back to him, and hadn't heard from him for a while. So then I reached back out to them going, hey, am I going to get an updated itinerary or what's going on? And later that evening, they sent me an email stating the exact same thing that the first email sent. I'm like, great. So we ended up calling customer service, and they were like, oh, well, that's, sorry about all the confusion, and everything like this. And they were like, okay, well, we service many hotels in that area, and went on. And I was like, well, what's available for us? And he was like, well, we have several hotels, and started going through a list. And he's like, this one, oh, wait, that one just sold out. Well, there's this one. And like, okay, well, what's available there? And he goes, never mind, that one sold out. Through this several times, and we ended up staying at the Best Western Point Inn, and we ended up getting a wonderful deal, because the rooms that were available started selling out, and I was like, hey, can we get the suite? Is the suite available? And he goes, well, just one moment. And I had to confirm again, what room I was asking about. And he goes, one moment. And then he goes, it was like 2 minutes of silence. And I'm like, oh man, we're not going to get this. We're not going to get this hotel. And I started looking at different hotels, and he goes, I just had to get authorization to price override. So we ended up getting the suite, which would have been about $500 for the weekend for what we paid for a more budget conscious hotel room. So my best advice is, if you are going to book through a travel website, Expedia.com is wonderful. Like I said, they're not sponsored nor affiliated. That is what it is. But let me show you all our hotel room. Alrighty, so we have arrived in our room. We're actually staying in the governor's suite at the Best Western. This room is huge. Okay, and I've never been in a hotel room that actually had a real closet. Granted, there's no light, but oh my gosh. This is a huge room. So we ended up driving, there on Friday night, and got there, relatively late. So the next morning, we went to go find show tickets. So here you go. Now, our first little adventure of the day was to go to the Shepherd of the Hills Homestead Tour. I didn't videotape it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. If you are in the Branson area, please, 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 please go to the Shepherd of the Hills and do a guided tour. You're actually pulled by a Jeep on a trolley throughout the whole, acreage and everything. And Cowboy John, who is the tour guide, does an awesome job. He's very knowledgeable, and he was laughing and cutting up with us. And there was only 4 of us in our tour group. It was me and Josh and then another couple that was from Honolulu, Hawaii. So, I guess we were the home folk on the tour. But anyway, we had a wonderful time with Cowboy John. And he was very knowledgeable, very, just, let me tell you about this and that and the other. And he has a really cool connection with the people who are actually part of the book, Shepherd of the Hills. So he has a really cool connection there. And I'm telling you guys, go on the tour. We got our tickets at the Purple Shack, at Branson 2-for-1 tickets. They're on the strip. It's a purple building. And, it was 2-for-1. So they were half price tickets. Wonderful, wonderful folks that work there. And you will not regret going to the Shepherd of the Hills. Okay. Alrighty. So it's Saturday morning and we took the advice of one of our good friends, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for the great tip. He said, if you're going to Branson, just go ahead and book your hotel. And then on Saturday, and drive out there, and like Saturday morning, go to a place called Branson's 2-for-1 tickets. It's a bright purple building on the main strip. It's purple. Okay. And you'll get your tickets and, super cheap and great advice. We actually ended up booking 4 different things and spent less than $180. And if we would have went and bought the tickets individually, it would have been almost $400. So thanks, Jeff. So after we got done at the Shepherd of the Hills, we actually ended up booking to go on the Branson duck tours. A few years ago, there was an accident that happened, a very tragic accident that happened with the duck tours, and not going to get into that, but we were very safe and immensely enjoyed the duck tours. They drove us around downtown and then took us out on Tamacoma Lake, which stands for Taney County, Missouri, Taneycomo. And we were out there on the lake for a while, and I have some video for you guys. Our tour guide was Charlie. Charlie did an amazing job. And our captain was Captain Doug. So if you guys do go out to Branson, I highly, 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 highly recommend going on the duck tours. There was a lot of waterfowl that was out there. And, you could see people out there on the lake fishing and everything. And we actually saw somebody catch a fish. So that was really cool. And Charlie actually told us a lot of good places to eat and things like that. And after we got back to where the duck building, I guess you could call it, we actually asked him about a place that we had actually looked up online for a place to eat. And it was called Starvin' Marvin's. And the reason why we looked it up and we were kind of intrigued about it was because for their dinner, they have an all-you-can-eat Cajun buffet. They had boiled crawfish. They had shrimp fried and peel and eat. And then they also had blackened fish and fried fish. And they had Cajun spaghetti. And they had Cajun pasta and all kinds of stuff. And I will tell you this. Josh and I were not doing keto this weekend. This was our planned cheat for April. So Anyway, I didn't take pictures while we were eating because I didn't want to, kind of creep people out a little bit. But we really enjoyed that. For lunch, we actually ate at a place called Fuel, and it is on the Strip. And they had some big hamburgers, and they had a pretzel that was the size of a pie plate. And Josh loves pretzels, and so do I. It was a Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese. It was good. And I ended up having macaroni and cheese with pulled pork, and it was chef's kiss. It was really good. So, some good places to eat there. And then that night, we ended up going to see a family group called the Duttons. They are a Christian family group. Somebody jokingly said, well, there's like 87 of them in the family, and they all play and sing. And yes, they are a big family, and yes, they all do play and sing. But if you are headed out to Branson and you don't know exactly what show you guys want to go see, look up on YouTube the Duttons, Dutton, Duttons. That's where Josh actually found them, was on YouTube, and I mean, they are very talented group of individuals. So anyway, we had a wonderful trip out to Branson. And then, of course, we went up to Springfield to see our niece.
Here we are. At this point, guys, you are welcome to get up and stretch and move around if you want. You're going to be just fine. We'll be safe. We're doing good. If you need me to take a picture of you, I'll be happy to do that, you or your friends and family. So, yeah, the water's cold now. Fishing. The bass, the crappie, and the bluegill, it was great fishing for the warm water species fish from 1912 all the way up to 1959. But as soon as they started releasing water from the dam, man, this lake turned to a cold lake.
Well, it is now Sunday morning, and we are getting ready to head up towards Springfield, leaving Branson. We're actually going to go to church with our niece, Brianna, and maybe have some lunch with her. So Branson's been fun. We went and saw the Duttons last night. If you all get a chance, go support them. They are a wonderful family entertainment. It's a whole family that sings and does a variety show and everything like that with some comedy in it. And they're not afraid to talk about their faith a little bit during their show, and they also really support our armed services and everything like that, which I found very, very, very uplifting, being that I am come from a family that has a lot of veterans in it. So yeah, go to the Duttons. Awesome show. Well, and of course, you can't be in the Springfield, Missouri area without going to Bass Pro, especially when you're married to an outdoorsman. So we had kind of a whirlwind trip out to Branson this weekend, and oh my goodness, I'm tired. But we did it to celebrate Josh's birthday and my keto anniversary all in one. So, some of the places I didn't get to film inside because they were just kind of, their policy, and that's fine. We had a wonderful lunch with our niece Brianna. Love you, Brianna. So glad you got to take us around your campus tour, and so enjoyed going to church service with you, and also to lunch, which we had Mexican with Brianna, and just really caught up with her and how things are going in her life. But I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Josh and I surely did. Josh said it seems like it's been forever since we just had a weekend to ourselves, and that's fine. So anyway, wanted to let you all know that you are beautiful or handsome, that we care for you guys. We care very deeply. And remember to be kind to yourselves and be kind to others. Okay? And you're not alone. You're never alone. Okay? And one last thing. Love ya!